I was the production manager at Armstrong's St. Helens, Oregon plant for just about 3 years when I was offered a role back at the corporate headquarters in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Now, during my transition, which lasted about 2 to 3 months, I was asked to serve as interim lean leader for our Hilliard, Ohio ceiling tile plant. So instead of being in Lancaster or in Oregon, 2 out of every 3 weeks I was at our Hilliard plant helping out, starting their lean journey. Now, we held many Kaizen events that I facilitated and led, but one in particular stands out to me, and it was a SMED or changeover reduction event on their main fabrication line. Now, this line transformed 4 foot by 10 foot or 4 foot by 8 foot fiberglass ceiling boards into 2x2, 2x4, and unique sizes for the customer as requested. Now, the bottleneck on this line, for the changeover anyway, was the equalizer, which is a large panel saw. And basically, it had to cut the large boards into whatever finish size the customer required. Now, as we took our Gemba walk, we noticed on the top of the equalizer there were many marks of settings for the operators to change from one size to the other. Now, we had a subject matter expert on our team. His name was Henry. He was quiet and very meticulous, and he made sure we did right by the customer. We could cut as many as 100 or 200 different board sizes, so we had to have that flexibility to be able to move the saws from any size to any other size. But what we found out is because of that, operators had difficulty finding those sizes easily. And as it turned out, there were 10 high priority sizes. So as a team, we decided what we would do is pin those 10 sizes in location so that any operator could get to them easily. And what we found out was it saved a ton of time, and those top 10 sizes actually accounted for more than 98% of the volume on that line. So everybody thought, hey, this is going to really help everybody. Now, by the end of the week, we had made that change on the panel saw, as well as many other great changes on the line. Lots of visualization and organization, and got rid of clutter and all these things that were going to make changeovers easier for everybody else. And at the end of the week, we wanted to have a report out where the team gets to tell their story to an audience of interested leaders and other coworkers. Now, Henry was very quiet and kind of reserved, and he did not want to speak during the report out. But we knew how important and impactful it would be for the audience as well as for Henry. So I encouraged him, just tell your story, Henry. You know, how you wanted to protect our customer interests and those interests of our other employees. He said he'd try, but he couldn't guarantee he'd even be able to speak a sentence. So we put him about in the middle of the report out. And so as other team members told their story, we waited with bated breath for Henry's turn. Now, he started very quietly and really didn't say a lot, but all of a sudden his voice rose with pride as he told his story about what we had done on that equalizer and how he was protecting the interests of the customer. And then beyond that, he started lecturing the audience about the benefits of lean and how owning these processes was so critical. Well, they were just in awe. Now, as I reflect back on that day, I realized that I want that same experience to be had for all of my future Kaizen team members. I hope you enjoyed this story, gained some insight, and learned something you can use. You'll find many more Kaizen stories on my website, www.pi-partners.com. If you'd like help growing your profits through sustained process improvement, scan the QR code on the screen for a free consultation, and let's start our journey together.